You know, people out here criticizing Amberlynn all the time. And you know what? She has fur babies. She has fur babies. And you don't even know the pressure that she's under, okay? You have no idea. You have none. Leave Amberlynn alone. Okay? Leave her alone. You guys are all bullies out here. Leave Amberlynn Reid alone. What was that? Oh, she talking shit about me? Oh, fuck that bitch. Hey everyone, Michael Lawrence here. I hope you enjoyed my little skit. I enjoyed doing a little bit. I need to start doing more skits because they're more fun. But as many of you know, I have been called out by the amazing and beautifully and talented Foodie Beauty. And like any other good drama channel, because I guess that's what I am. I mean, that is what I am, right? I have to do a clapback or a flatback. Because, you know, that's just where, that's the level of pettiness that we're at now. Now, I know that me making this video is probably going to get my channel flagged because she even admitted that she's going to strike down any channel that responds to this, which is incredibly ironic to me considering the fact that, like, she literally has just gone on to make a couple videos calling out a couple of people, but now people aren't allowed to, like, respond. Like, that's great. This whole thing I couldn't have written. It's been beautiful. It's been full of betrayal, fights. I mean, it's like a Greek tragedy at this point. Like Shakespeare couldn't have written this shit. It's just way too good. But without further ado, let's get into these clips and get into these responses. Bam.
Versus hate. I've disabled my comments and ratings again. I've done this before, and I miss interacting with. I hate punishing my loyal, good viewers. Who always have something positive to say, who are always supportive, who watch me for me, and not just so they can come in and criticize or whatever. And I hate punishing them just because of a few bad apples. And those few bad apples are growing, and I don't think it's deserved.
So she's essentially talking about how she's gonna have to disable her comments and her likes and dislikes because she lied about giving a homeless man food at McDonald's. Now, I really didn't care that much. I don't really watch Foodie Beauty. I reacted to one of her videos on a live stream where she talks about a boyfriend of hers picking dingleberries out of her butthole. Okay? And yes, it was shocking. Yes, it was gross. And yes, I acted accordingly to what I was hearing in a video. So I don't really watch her that much. I don't care enough to watch her that much. But of course, when she had to vague book me in one of her videos, I had to start doing a little bit more digging. I love that this seems to be the common denominator, the common thread in a lot of these mukbangers who are morbidly obese, is that once the heat gets a little bit too intense for them, they have to shut it all down. I think people in your audience get over the fact that you consistently lie about like what you're gonna do to lose weight and how you're losing weight, and then you want to make videos exploiting your weight and then make mukbang videos too at McDonald's. Everything doesn't make sense. I can't follow the bouncing ball, and so I think a lot of other people who would normally root for you also have that same issue, is because you're consistently inconsistent. So it's hard for people to like want to give a fuck and root you on. And that's just what it is. That's the plain and simple fact. You've chosen to put all of this on YouTube, therefore everyone's going to have an opinion. And unfortunate for you, people are not liking what they're seeing and they're voicing that opinion. They're not bullying you, they're not harassing you. They're letting you know that what you're doing is full of shit and you're actually just doing this for money. And you're not doing this to actually better your lives or better other people's lives. This is just all a bunch of bullshit. And you don't own up to that fact. So
I can't have comments. I can't do it. I can't deal with the stupidity. I can't deal with the ignorance. I can't deal with the same comments. You people act like I'm committing a crime. You guys act like I'm involved in this scandal that is like as big as the Watergate scandal. Like, people make videos about my videos, like trying to embarrass me about them. Like, why would I do those videos? Like the embarrassing facts. Why would I be embarrassed about that if I'm...
I don't think people are scandalizing your videos more than you yourself are trying to scandalize them. The truth is that you wouldn't have made those videos if you weren't hoping for some kind of reaction. No one talks about how they had a Pringles can hidden in them for 36 hours, or talking about how they're not able to wipe themselves sufficiently, so when their suitor comes over in the middle of the night, he's literally picking caca balls out of your butthole. To no one's making those videos thinking that everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, I totally understand, it's totally relatable, no, you're doing it because you want to shock, you're shock and awing people. And the sad thing is that you look stupid doing it, and I don't think that you like the fact that people are now like referring to you as Dingleberry Queen. Like, I think that that gets to you more than you're willing to admit. Now, you brought that on yourself. No one forced you to get on that camera and talk about those things, but you chose to do that. And I don't think you were coming at it with good intent. I don't think that the whole thing was to inform the community about what it's like to be overweight. I think that that's all bullshit, because there are many overweight people, and many of them manage to wipe themselves sufficiently every day after they go to the bathroom. You've decided to exploit the fact that you're fat, and you're going to fit into every one of those stereotypes of lazy, unclean, have nothing going on. You accentuate those stereotypes. So I think what happens is the majority of your audience are people who are overweight, and they see you making a mockery of being overweight, and then therefore they get upset. Now that's where my biggest thing has come from with people like you and Amberlynn, is that you guys do nothing to better your lives. You continuously live at a base level, and you exploit the fact that you're overweight. That's been my issue.
People who do that just clearly want to make money off of like my name, Amberlynn's name. It's just like doing review videos on people are just so the lowest form of entertainment like ever. You're just catering to haters. Like, it's just the lowest. You're just profiting off of somebody else's name.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to go this far. Okay, so yes, the truth is that with drama channels or review channels or news channels or whatever, we are making money off of your name. That's like the name of the game. That's how it is. If you didn't exist, we wouldn't have anything we wouldn't be able to talk about you. But you make money off of feeders encouraging you and goading you into going into your car and sitting in front of a restaurant for an hour and eating and stuffing your face. So let's not pretend that you're like above this, that you're doing something that's like so great for the community. You're getting it out there about like the lives that are being torn apart at the U.S.-Mexican border, or you're over in Nicaragua like helping people like survive the floods or something. Like, you're not doing it. You're literally sitting in your car every day eating for money, which to me is probably a little bit more destructive than someone coming on here and calling you out on the bullshit that occurs in your life, right? Like, as a morbidly obese person, you should know that eating a massive amounts of food isn't going to do anything for you, but instead of fixing it, you've gone the complete opposite way. You found a way to monetize your bad habit. And so, therefore, you're never going to actually lose any of the weight, because you're now incentivized to overeat even more. I mean, screw dopamine. You've got money coming in now when you overeat. So you're going to eat, and that's probably a rush in and of itself, because now you can go to Walmart and get all the makeup set you need, or whatever you do to get, I don't know what you do. But let's not pretend that you're above it or below it. It's pretty much a symbiotic relationship at this point. Amberlynn makes videos, I make videos. My videos drive traffic to her channel. Her videos drive traffic to my channel. My video is probably going to drive traffic to your channel. This video probably drew a lot of traffic to my channel, because I honestly don't think that what I said about you in my live stream was that big of a deal. I was just reacting to the fact that there was like literal poop balls falling out of your butthole. That was it. And that you were breaking furniture.
No content, and I'm not going to name names of people who do this, but there's one in particular who just is so boring. Like, the personality, like I always say, of prison bread. You know, just sits there in his grandpa's sweaters, shirts all day, and just talks shit. And there's like other accounts that do that, and it's just...
First of all, I think that Zachary has impeccable style. I mean, he's not wearing blouses that look like fucking a family of four could live in them or whatever. I think that he is actually pretty fucking funny. He makes incredible facial expressions. His reviews are in my opinion, incredibly more lighthearted than anything I say. I'm probably far more critical and harsh when it comes to my words. That's just my personality, because I really don't give a fuck at this point. So I don't know why you're coming at Zachary. I think that maybe you thought you had some kind of friendship. I don't know what it is, to be real, but you need to fucking get over it.
I don't get where these people have a place to talk. There's another guy, he sits there on live streams and really is just mean, you know, to overweight people, particularly me and Amberlynn, and it's like, you had weight loss surgery twice, so where do you come off making, because you had weight loss surgery, that makes you better? Come on now, you know, like, just come off your high horse and just quit talking shit. You're just doing it for the attention. You like the attention, because haters are gonna flock over and just like vultures, and they're like, yeah, they encourage it. They're like, yeah, they make you feel like you're part of something. Like, yeah, you know, they like me. They like the attention. They like the attention they get from hating on other people. And it's just like this, YouTube is like so messed up and like that way. And I just, a lot of times I don't.
Okay, so this is when she starts to talk about moi. I love that she had to throw in the fact that I had weight loss surgery twice. Thanks for being a fan. I enjoy that you click on my videos. Make sure you turn off the ad block first. Like, help me get that coinage. If you watched the video, you know that I had weight loss surgery twice, not because I needed to or not because I wanted to or whatever. It was out of necessity. I had weight loss. I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and then 7 months later, my insides were literally burning. They're literally like, I have the pictures to prove that like my insides were like almost rotting away at some, like, it was bad. And so they had to go in there and fix it. So I had to get a revision to a gastric bypass. Now, I don't think that me having weight loss surgery makes me better than you. I don't know how that has ever come across, that I am better than people. I think that's something more in your brain, where you think that I'm better than you because I weigh less than you now. I don't know. I mean, and that's saying something, considering I'm 6'6" and you're like, what, 5'8", and I weigh like 30 pounds less than you do now. But I don't think I'm better than you. I think I have more knowledge when it comes to what the struggles of being a fat person is like, and I can see the bullshit from a mile away, and that's all I try to do, is point out the bullshit, because I think people have become far too afraid of pointing out people like you on YouTube because you are fat. Now, I don't think you being fat gives you any more privilege to not have any kind of criticism than any other Joe Schmo. I think skinny people are afraid to call out another fat person because of the backlash that they would get, because that would be considered fat shaming. I'm not even gonna respond to the like, I hate all fat people or whatever bullshit, because that is just what it is. It's all bullshit. But I do love that you've tried to like characterize me as being this mean person, this awful and terrible person. Well, didn't you make a video doing this?
In an email, I said to her, you know, you're gonna threaten me? Well, you know, I'm gonna call Child Protective Services on you. And you know what? I stand by that, because...
Now, I may come on here and I may make a couple of fat jokes every now and then, and honestly, do I feel bad about it? Not really. But I think that there's a low mentality about you that even I can't even stoop to, where I would actively go out and try to rip children away from their families. That's fucking low. Now, if you want to talk about mean, trying to get kids put into foster care out of spite, that's fucking mean. Foster care is not fucking funny, and it's traumatizing to children. You were willing to traumatize children to get back at an adult. That's fucking low. That's fucking mean. So, I don't know what your barometer of mean or whatever is, but I think that you maybe need to do a really good, hard, long look in the mirror and really see the kind of shit that you've done before you start pointing a finger at me.
Like, you know, I've just done a lot of back and forth, failure on my diet, struggling, mostly just being honest with you guys and about my life. Like, if I eat something bad, eat it on camera, you know, whatever. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make a bit of extra money if I can. I'm gonna eat it anyway, so may as well do a mukbang. A lot of you,
And there it is. And you've honestly gone on to just prove my point, that you can't get rid of your habit of overeating, because it's been incentivized now. You're like, it's almost like a dog, right? Like when you don't want them to pee on the fucking furniture, you don't want to pee them on the carpet or whatever. If you went and gave that dog a treat every time they peed on the carpet, they're just going to continuously pee on the carpet. That's essentially what you do with your mukbangs. You overeat in private, and now you overeat in public, and put your iPhone up and film yourself doing it, and now you become incentivized to overeat. So now you're double fucked, because now not only is this making you money, but you're also fulfilling an addiction. So I mean, I don't know how you're gonna like overcome that, but let's not pretend that you do this out of the kindness of your heart, or you're doing this like to be nice to people. Cause I don't know, eating in front of people, I don't know how that's being nice to people. So I mean, get over yourself.
I just find it so hypocritical. The people who are always acting like their life is perfect, they're just like, you know, my life is perfect, so I can judge you. You know, I'm not 400 pounds, I can judge you. So why are you on the internet day in and day out feeding into this negativity and this hate? Why don't you, they're always the first ones to thumbs down or comment or go run over to the little hater circle and discuss things. Like, why don't you go live your perfect life then? If your life is so fulfilling and perfect, you wouldn't be doing that. I'm sorry, but you're not fooling anybody. So
I'm also getting so tired of this trope that because someone is criticizing someone else, that their life must be miserable and abysmal, and if you led a perfect life, you would have nothing to say about other people. Humans judge, that's just kind of how it is. We make judgments on people all the fucking time. But I'm sick of this whole like, oh, if you have better things to do, then you would go and do them. Instead, you're gonna sit on here and make these videos, blah blah blah. Bitch, you're making this video right now, and in fact, today you just made a video about Amberlynn Reid. So let's not pretend that you're like above this. You're here in it. You're pedaling in it too. You know, no one's claiming their life is perfect. They're just pointing out the inconsistencies in your stories. That's it. That's all they're doing. They're not. I think the majority of the people aren't even being that mean to you. I think that they're just saying like, do better, Chantel. You should be trying to do better. You should be trying to lose that weight. Blah blah blah. Like, we see your feet when you go and weigh on the scale. It looks really bad. Like, that's all people are saying. If that's mean, then fuck. Like, what a privilege that life must have been. I mean, I can't relate.
and if you want to watch it, great, thanks for watching. But whatever, you know. So yeah, if you want to talk shit in videos about me, do what you gotta do. Don't be surprised if your channel gets taken down, because or not just talk about me, but anyone else. Just don't be surprised.
I mean, I think it's probably one of the most cowardly things to do is to be like, I'm gonna talk about these people, and then if they talk about me, I'm gonna take their channel down. First of all, I don't even know if that's really legal, because we have the right to be able to talk about a lot of things on YouTube. I don't think anyone's sending hate your way. I don't think anyone's going out of their way to bully you. I mean, I've only made one video about you. This is gonna be the second one. But to use the copyright rules not how they're meant to be, that's actually illegal. To go and false flag people's videos for bullshit. And let's not pretend that like you didn't just turn around and then bullied Amberlynn Reid. If we're gonna use the term bullying, if we're gonna use it how you're trying to define it, that's what you just did, and that's hypocritical, because you just came on here and talked about how you don't want people to talk about you, blah blah blah, and then you turned around and did the same fucking thing. So you can't have your cake and eat it too in this case, my darling. It doesn't work that way.
It's a McDonald's video I put out. Like, people are like fucking measuring the distance of my car, you know? So basically, I'll explain it to you. If you watch my video in the first half before I cut off, you see a man come around, and I stop and I look at him and I stop my camera. That's the man that came to my window and asked me for food. Why would he be in a McDonald's parking lot if he wasn't asking for food? So then,
I mean, I don't really care that much about the McDonald's thing, but when I saw this, the only thing I could think of was maybe he was going to McDonald's. I mean, when I see men at the McDonald's parking lot or whatever, or when I see people in any parking lot, I assume that they're going to patron at the business that they're at. I don't assume that they're homeless and looking for food because they're in a parking lot. I mean, that's a gross mischaracterization. But if you want to go ahead and think that, that's fine. It's clear. I watched the video. Your car doesn't move. So I don't think that what you're saying is true. I think you hyperbolized or you over-exaggerated what happened. Honestly, if you were a better liar, I think you could have gotten away with it. All you had to do was say, I went inside and got this man food. And everyone would have been like, okay. but you had to say that you went through the drive-through and parked in the same exact spot to the centimeter, and then I think that's where people call bullshit. But anyway, I'm done talking about that video. I just want to talk about the fucking rant that Amberlynn went on, and then the clapback that ensued afterwards by Chantel. So on Twitter last night, Amberlynn went on to say all this crazy shit about Chantel and like about her lying and everything, and I'm gonna put up the screen grabs right here. Honestly, it was epic. I love when liars call out other liars because it's like so hypocritical, and both of these women peddle in the same exact bullshit. And essentially, Amberlynn just went and got in that mobility scooter, put that bitch in reverse, and just backed the fuck over Chantel. After Chantel came on here and defended her against all the haters, Amberlynn turns around and is like, fuck you, bitch. Like, beep, beep, boom. Just fucking just like takes her the fuck out. And it is so funny. It's so fucking funny. So naturally, Chantel had to do a clapback video, and this is how it started.
I was gonna go to, I just see a lot of BS drama going around, and I want to let you know that I'm having no part in it. You can choose to believe me or not. One thing I want to rant about a bit is finding out that this other YouTuber, I'm not gonna name names, but you'll know who I'm talking about, went on this Twitter rant about me. Like, why do you assume I'm talking about this person? She says. Shut up. We all know who you're talking about. I'm so over this person.
You see, this is the issue I have with vague booking. Just say the fucking name, right? Don't just be like, Amberlynn did it, she did it. She's like, I'm gonna talk about this YouTuber, and you go into specifics about them, but you're not gonna say their name. Just say their name. Chantel, Foodie Beauty, Amberlynn Reid, Michael Lawrence, Zachary Michael. Just say our fucking names. We know who you're talking about. We're not that fucking stupid to go on here and be like, well, his name starts with a Z and ends in Ack, or to be like, oh yeah, his name's Michael, or to be like, his name starts with an M, and he's black, and he makes YouTube videos, and then he had bariatric surgery twice. Obviously, that's a specific person. So just say the name. The vague booking is so cowardly. It shows no backbone. You're literally jellyfish. Just say the fucking name. I'm not Voldemort. I'm not gonna pop out of thin air and avocadabra someone or whatever. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just say my name. If anything, it puts more fuel on the fire.
Ridiculous at this point, and I can't handle it. You are the biggest hypocrite. You know who you are. You are the biggest hypocrite. You are one of the biggest liars on YouTube, and you are calling me a liar. Even if I did, let's just say I did lie, okay, for whatever reason. You lied. Oh, the sun is in my face. You lied about somebody sexually assaulting you, and apparently that was, you know, I've seen the videos that was like debunked by the person, you know, and you put their life in jeopardy, you put their reputation in jeopardy. That is a serious accusation, and if I had lied, it was about giving somebody a burger, you know. I'm not
now. Obviously Chantel has been watching some of the debunking videos of Amberlynn and all the lies she spews, because how else would she know if she's a liar or not? I just think it's so funny that a liar is calling another person a liar. Especially these people that exploit their weight to get views, buy feeders and blah 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 and all that other weird shit that's going on in their community. To go and turn around, I mean, this is like the battle of the giants right here. Like, this is a battle of epic proportions. I have not been more excited about this feud than maybe McGregor and Mayweather, or I don't know, maybe like David and Goliath. Like, this is fucking real good. This is some good tea. And Chantel's coming out swinging. Chantel's coming out with like, you're a fake rape liar, blah blah blah, you've cried rape, all this crazy shit. Like, and I think this is only going to be better from now on. I can't wait to see what Amberlynn has to say on Twitter. She's pretending right now that she's not going to watch the video. I have a feeling Amberlynn may not clap back, because Amberlynn does act like a 17-year-old a lot of the times. And she's not that good with the clapbacks. She fucks herself a lot when it comes to stuff like that. But I mean, it's so funny to me, especially considering how not even 12 hours ago Chantel posted this video about how she's going to strike down any channel that goes on here and talk shit about her, and then she proceeds to upload a 10-minute video of her talking shit about someone. Like, the irony is palpable at this point.
Well, you know, all these drama channels are, you know, I don't condone them making fun of me, but I haven't lied to you guys, and this is really a case that's worth attention. Do you think these drama channels are just making fun of your weight? No, they're not. Open your eyes. You know, you have gained a lot of hate because you lied too. So
I love that there was almost a moment of clarity with her. In this instance right here, it's almost like she's talking to herself. Like they're both talking to each other, right? She's saying like, do you think these drama channels are just making fun of you because of your weight? No, you're a liar too. You're a liar too. That is what she says. You're a liar too. And she also says, do you think these channels are just making fun of you because of your weight? No. So that in itself proves the fact that the people who, like me, who make these videos about these women are not making videos about them because they're fat. They just so happen to also be fat. And we're just over the bullshit that they spew all the time. Now, I don't think she's ever going to admit that she was telling the truth and she was talking about herself in that instance, but I strongly think that that's like the first point of evidence where we're not just making fun of you because you're a weight bitch. Like, there's way more things about you to make fun of you about than your weight. Like, that's just the truth. Like, you guys live like really sad lives, so sorry about it.
To your stomach. You know what makes me sick to my stomach, YouTuber? 12 shitty videos of you leading your viewers to believe that you're going to go to Pride, and then you don't go, and then you blame it on your girlfriend. You know what makes me sick to my stomach, YouTuber? That you use a motorized cart to get around Walmart to go buy your snacks and journals when there's people who are disabled who need those scooters. I'm 372 pounds. And I would never use a scooter because I'd be too ashamed. I would rather not even go into a store.
Now, do I think that Chantel would never use a mobility scooter? I don't know. I mean, I could see her getting to that point one day, but she's not ashamed to like sit in her car in McDonald's parking lots multiple times a week and like film herself doing mukbang. So like, I don't think there's like a lot of I don't think there's a lot that would embarrass her at this point. I mean, she's talked about how she's had men pick caca out of her butthole too. So I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think she's that stressed on being embarrassed or whatever. But I just think it's funny that like she's calling Amberlynn out for doing the same exact shit that she does in her videos all the time about how Amberlynn makes these promises and never follows through. Chantel makes promises all the time and never follows through. She talks about how she's going to be vegan. She's not vegan anymore. She talks about how she's going to lose weight, gained weight. She's talking about how it's just ridiculous at this point. It's almost comical. It's become a caricature. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen next. I am ready for it. I'm here for it. But it's so funny to me and it's so ridiculous. I didn't bother to watch. I watched the end of it, but honestly the end of it's just more about the McDonald's thing, and I just really don't care that much about the whole McDonald's thing. She can lie and pretend that she gave homeless man food or whatever. I think most of us know that that's not the case. So, but anyway, this Flatback has been so entertaining. I cannot wait to see where it goes next. If you like the video, give it a like, leave a comment down below, and until next time, toodles.